So today we're putting this equipment to test. I already showed you guys the unboxing, but today we're making some stuff with it. This is a Nutribullet triple system. Watch me make some peanut butter from scratch, shred some cabbage, make some delicious and creamy nut milk, and I also made a carrot puree with the smoothie cup. That's what we have going on, so please stay glued to this video so you don't miss anything out. Welcome to my kitchen. Let's get cooking. So the first thing I'm gonna use is this food processor. We are going to make peanut butter from scratch. Well, not from scratch because the peanuts are store-bought, but I basically bought natural peanut, and I roasted it in the air fryer just to give it like a nutty taste. The recipe is in the book because the blender came with a recipe book, so just read it. It has all the instructions, the time and everything. So here we are following instructions. The good thing about this food processor is that I was just showing you guys that you can peel that off, but knowing me, it's gonna be there for a while. The good thing about making nut butter from home is literally it's just a click of a button, and you don't have to babysit it. You don't have to do anything else. The machine did say actually that after, I believe, about 2 minutes, that you just loosen it up a little bit, make sure everything is good, close it off, and just get it started again. And that's it. I think for about 5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, just letting it run, and it'll produce this result. You don't have to add any type of oil because we all know that peanuts have its natural oil, and many like nut butters like almonds, pistachios, you don't need to add any oil to them. You just have to push that button and just watch them cream up. Since we started doing this, we have not bought no store-bought peanut butter, because why? We make our own from home. Okay, look how creamy that is. It tastes so good. It tastes so nutty. Definitely not wasting my money to buy the natural peanut butter ever again. So I just got me a jar, a glass jar, and I stored it in there. The first batch that I made actually lasted about 3 months on the shelf in the pantry. So yeah, that's really, it didn't go bad. It just, I think after a couple days it had like oil float on top. You can just get rid of it or just leave it. I always leave the oil unless it's way too much. It's just a little bit of oil on top. And as you can see, I made my homemade cranberry jam, or whatever you call it, and homemade peanut butter on whole wheat bread with some banana. It is a go-to snack in my home. It tastes so divine. Okay, I'm gonna have you try it. So the next thing we're trying with this equipment is shredding cabbage with the shredder slash slicer. My only con about this is that the chute is narrow, so you have to cut the cabbage narrow little chunks to fit through the chute if you want to use the blade. If not, you can just toss it in the food processor and just use a chop option. One thing I like about this is once everything locks in, it actually has options like shred or slice or chop preset. You don't have to guess the time, it just take care of it. So this is me just showing you guys how it actually shreds slash slices. I think that's pretty good. I stored the cabbage in a bag. So next I'm gonna try the blender. The blender is the same pitcher size as the standalone blender, the previous one that I owned. So after washing it with warm soapy water, I was gonna try here. This is my lazy washing. This is how I wash my blenders before and after use. So because I haven't used it before, I had to wash it with water, which is actually what the company recommended. So here we're making some nut milk. We're making coconut milk. I made some delicious coconut rice with it, with the recipe. I think I'll just insert a clip of the delicious rice, so keep watching. So here it had many options: smoothie, nut milk. So we're making nut milk, so I clicked on it, and it just, yeah. And again, all these recipes are included in the recipe book, so you don't have to second guess how long you have to blend it. So yeah, and when you actually select like a nut milk, it also automatically blends it in the time frame that is pre-selected for. So here I am separating the milk from the shaft. You can see that the shaft was really smooth, which is an indication that the blender did its job. It was so creamy. Ugh, it was so creamy. It was so creamy. Like I could literally drink coconut milk like this. You can make so many things with this. You can make sauces. You can make like I told you guys, if I make rice with it. And here again is the shaft. That's how smooth it is. If you don't want to toss the shaft, you can actually dry it and make coconut keto flour with it. Just dry, dehydrate it, and blend it, and then you have coconut flour. It does cost a pretty penny if you try to buy it from the store, or you can put it back in like your smoothie and stuff, or just add it to a cookie, like a healthy cookie. Here's a delicious rice that I made it with. So next I'm gonna try blending oats. I love oats. Oh my goodness, I could make breakfast, lunch, and dinner and dessert with oats. So I always try to have oat powder or oat flour in my pantry. So here I am trying it out with the blender. It did a pretty good job. I tried to use the plunger just to see how that worked. I could definitely blend it without the plunger, but here's my little container for my oat flour. I try to fill it up so that way I'm good to go. I can make anything with it, literally. I also use oat flour as a thickening sauce, or thickening agent if I wanted to thicken like a sauce. Here I'm blending Nutty Oaty concoction. I love this. It tastes so good. Oh my goodness. This could also be for weight gain, babies. If you want anyone to weight gain, this is a good one for them. What you can do is actually, you could use a food processor to process the nuts first, but I was not patient, so I blended everything together, but I should have just waited. And because the first time I did it, I actually used a food processor to process the peanut, but I didn't do it here. So I ended up with some chunks, because it made sense because the peanut has lots of oil in it, so it was hard. I also added rice flour to the recipe. This is like, oh my goodness, if I want to indulge but like be a little healthy about it, this is the recipe. You just make it like you would make your regular oatmeal. This was definitely good. Even with the little chunks in it, I would still give it a 10 out of 10. It was good. And that's if you have a palate for healthy things. I also added more regular oats just so it's not so rich. You know what I mean? Definitely give this a try. I want to hear how it all went down. So the next thing we're gonna try with the blender is the smoothie cup, but I'm gonna make a carrot puree with it. So I like to steam my carrots. I don't like blending it in hot water, so it loses its nutrient in there. I just like to steam it, and I also add back the water that I used to steam it back into the cup. So that's just prunes. It's just gonna add like a natural sweetness to it, and it's also gonna make it easy on your large intestines, okay? So I'm just gonna select smoothie because I'm not making frozen drinks. So I'm just gonna select smoothie because that's the consistency that I wanted in. Here, 47 seconds. It actually counts down. So I really like this. It did exactly what it said it was gonna do. So yeah. And that's it. You're gonna see how creamy this is. You can serve this in a variety of ways. You can you can do whatever you want with it. But I just stored it into these little bags. It was for a baby. And it could very well be for adults depending on how you serve it. I believe this is all I got for you guys. Let me know if I was helpful. Please click the like button, subscribe, share this video, tell everyone about it. Until next time, folks, I will see you soon. This is just me washing the container, making sure it's all clean. It's gonna dry out. All right, bye-bye.